the Lion and the Clever Rabbit. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, lived a mighty lion named Leo. Leo was feared by all the animals because of his strength and ferocity. Every day, he would hunt and feast on the animals of the forest. The animals were terrified and lived in constant fear of being the next victim. One day, the animals decided to hold a meeting to find a way to stop Leo from hunting them. After much discussion, they decided to send a representative to speak with Leo and make a deal. They chose a clever rabbit named Benny, known for his intelligence and wit. Benny approached Leo cautiously and said, "Oh mighty Leo, we have a proposal for you. If you promise to stop hunting us, we will send you one animal every day for your meal. This way, you won't have to hunt, and we won't have to live in fear." Leo, intrigued by the idea of not having to hunt, agreed to the proposal. From that day on, the animals took turns sending one of their own to Leo's den each day. One day, it was Benny's turn to be the sacrifice. Instead of going directly to Leo's den, Benny devised a plan. He found a deep well along the way and looked into it. Seeing his reflection, he got an idea. Benny ran to Leo's den, panting and looking frightened. "What's the matter?" growled Leo. "Why are you late?" Benny replied, "Oh mighty Leo, I was on my way here when another lion attacked me. He claimed to be the king of this forest and said he was stronger than you. I barely escaped." Leo, enraged at the thought of another lion in his territory, demanded to be taken to this intruder. Benny led Leo to the deep well and said, "He is in there, inside the well." Leo, full of anger, looked into the well and saw his own reflection. Mistaking it for another lion, he roared ferociously. The reflection roared back, matching his fury. In a fit of rage, Leo jumped into the well to attack the intruder, only to drown in the deep water. The forest was finally free from Leo's tyranny, and the animals rejoiced. They thanked Benny for his cleverness and bravery, and from that day on, they lived peacefully, without fear. The moral: even the strongest can be defeated by cleverness and wit. The Eagle and the Sparrows. An eagle was out hunting as usual. With its keen eyes and powerful wings, it soared high above the forest, looking for prey. One day, while diving down to catch a rabbit, the eagle didn't notice a hunter's bird net hidden among the trees. It flew straight into the trap and got entangled in the mesh. The more the eagle struggled to free itself, the tighter the net became, ultimately breaking one of its wings. Exhausted and in pain, the eagle lay still, contemplating its fate. Just then, a flock of sparrows flew by. Seeing the mighty eagle trapped, they couldn't resist offering their unsolicited advice. One sparrow said, "You must have been flying too low. That's why you got caught. If you stayed higher, you would be safe." Another sparrow chimed in, "From what I can see, you don't know how to fly properly. If you did, you would never have gotten trapped in the first place." A third sparrow added, "Perhaps you were too focused on your prey and forgot to watch out for dangers. It's always wise to be aware of your surroundings." The eagle listened to the sparrows, realizing that they were right in their observations. It had been too focused on its immediate goal and had not paid attention to the dangers below. After some time, the hunter returned to check his traps. Seeing the majestic eagle, he was amazed at his catch. However, recognizing the importance of the eagle in the ecosystem, he decided to set it free. Carefully, he untangled the net and treated the eagle's injured wing. The eagle, though hurt, was grateful for the hunter's mercy. It learned a valuable lesson that day. It realized the importance of being aware of its surroundings and not letting its focus on the immediate target blind it to other dangers. Moral of the story: mistakes happen, and it's important to analyze and learn from them before taking action. Always stay aware of your surroundings and don't let your focus on one goal blind you to other potential dangers. The Countryman and the River. One day, a countryman named Ethan stood by the bank of a swift-flowing river. Ethan needed to cross to the other side to sell his goods at the market. The river was notorious for its strong currents, and many people had fallen victim to its deceptive waters. Ethan observed the river carefully, trying to determine the shallowest part to cross safely. He noticed that some parts of the river flowed quietly, while others were loud and turbulent. Unsure of where to cross, he decided to sit down and think carefully. He suddenly remembered a lesson his grandfather had taught him: the places where the water flows quietly are the deepest, but where the water is loudest, it is the shallowest. With this realization, he chose to cross at the spot where the water was rushing the loudest. As Ethan prepared to cross, he saw an old man struggling with a heavy load near the riverbank. Ethan rushed to help him, and, together, they managed to move the load to a safer spot. The old man, grateful for Ethan's kindness, introduced himself as Oliver, a wise hermit who lived by the river. Oliver told Ethan about the history of the river and the many travelers who had underestimated its power. He warned Ethan about the hidden dangers beneath the seemingly calm surface. Many have lost their lives because they did not understand the true nature of this river, said Oliver. Feeling more confident with Oliver's guidance, Ethan began his journey across the river at the shallowest, loudest part. He moved cautiously, using his staff to test the depth and stability of the riverbed. The current was strong, but Ethan's determination and careful planning helped him make steady progress. Halfway across, Ethan encountered a young boy named Jack, stranded on a rock in the middle of the river. Jack had attempted to cross the river at a quieter spot, only to be swept away by the deep, powerful current. Ethan, with his newfound wisdom, extended his staff to Jack and guided him to safety. Once they reached the other side, Jack thanked Ethan profusely. "I thought the quiet part of the river would be safer," Jack admitted. "But I was wrong. Thank you for saving me." Ethan and Jack continued their journey together, sharing stories and experiences. Along the way, they encountered various obstacles, but Ethan's quick thinking and wisdom always helped them find a safe path. They forged a strong friendship, built on trust and mutual respect. When they finally reached the market, Ethan sold his goods and earned a handsome profit. He shared his success with Jack, buying him new clothes and a hearty meal. The two friends parted ways, promising to meet again for future adventures. Ethan returned home, filled with gratitude for the lessons he had learned and the friends he had made. He realized that quick thinking and wisdom could indeed help avoid danger and make life's journey safer and more fulfilling. Moral of the story: quick thinking and wisdom can always help you avoid danger. It is important to analyze and understand the true nature of situations before taking action. The Goose and the Golden Eggs. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived an old man named Samuel. Samuel was very poor and owned nothing but a dilapidated house and a single goose. Every day, the goose would lay one egg, which Samuel would take to the market to sell. This small income was just enough to keep him going. One fateful morning, Samuel discovered something extraordinary. When he went to collect the egg, he found that the goose had laid a shiny golden egg. Samuel could hardly believe his eyes. He took the golden egg to the market and sold it for a large sum of money. Overnight, his life began to change for the better. With the money from the golden egg, Samuel was able to repair his house, buy new clothes, and enjoy a more comfortable life. Days turned into weeks, and every morning, Samuel would find another golden egg. The villagers were amazed and envious of Samuel's newfound wealth. However, as time went on, Samuel's contentment gave way to greed. He began to wonder how many more golden eggs were inside the goose and how he could get them all at once. Consumed by his greed, Samuel hatched a plan. He reasoned that if one golden egg was laid each day, there must be many more inside the goose. One night, under the cover of darkness, Samuel crept into the goose's pen with a knife. He decided to kill the goose and retrieve all the golden eggs at once. But when he cut open the goose, he found no eggs inside. The magical goose was dead, and Samuel's source of wealth was gone forever. With no golden eggs and no goose to lay regular eggs, Samuel quickly fell back into poverty. The villagers, who once admired his fortune, now pitied him. Samuel regretted his greed deeply, but it was too late. The wise words he had often heard as a child echoed in his mind: greed often leads to loss. Years passed, and Samuel's story became a cautionary tale in the village. The village children would gather around the elders who retold the story of Samuel and his golden goose. It was a lesson passed down from generation to generation, teaching the value of patience and the dangers of greed. One day, a young girl named Lily, who had heard Samuel's story many times, found an injured goose by the river. Remembering Samuel's tale, she took the goose home and nursed it back to health. To her surprise, the goose began laying regular eggs. Lily was grateful and content with the simple blessings the goose brought into her life. Lily's kindness and patience with the goose led to another unexpected surprise. One morning, she found a golden egg. Unlike Samuel, she knew the importance of cherishing the goose and not succumbing to greed. Lily continued to care for the goose, and over the years, the goose occasionally laid more golden eggs. With each egg, Lily invested wisely, helping her village flourish and creating a legacy of kindness and prosperity. Moral of the story: greed can lead to loss, but patience and kindness can bring long-term rewards and happiness.